My name is Thraenhart. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc., the official National Tourism Board of the Government of Barbados. I'm now 1 year in the job. Actually, WTM was my first week in the job when I started last year, coming from Asia. I'm very excited now to get out of the pandemic and really promote Barbados to the world.
Hey, listen, it's great to have you with Breaking Travel News, and happy anniversary.
Thank you.
We're here in World Travel Market 2022. As you said, it's great to be back. Give us a little bit of a kind of a snapshot on kind of Barbados. Where are you? How are you doing? What's been happening?
Well, I think it's exciting now that we're getting out of the pandemic. I think Barbados is well positioned in really welcoming the world back to this island nation. I think what makes Barbados unique is that it has beautiful beaches, but it has so much more to offer. And I think that's what many people don't know. They just see it as another beach destination. But I think in the end, on one hand, it has an aspiration where you have the 5-star product, but even when you're just on the island, you have a 5-star experience, right? So I think that's one thing. You have great culinary products, which is second to none in the Caribbean. We just had our Food and Rum Festival, which was amazing. You got to come next time. And really, what was unique about it is you had the high-end food experiences, but also went into the communities. Right? We went to Oystons, the fish market, and we had also a rice and rum beach breakfast party where people got up at 4 in the morning. So I think some really unique experiences, but also looking at sustainability and lectures. And so all around, it was really a unique experience, and I think that has something to do with really positioning Barbados as something unique. But you have the product to back it up. You can be at rum shops and really talk to local people and have a rum punch, or you can go to high-end restaurants and really get one of the best cuisines in the Caribbean. And I think events like that really is something that we need to promote more, and that we're looking to promote more. We have our crop over festivals also in the summer. So that's kind of like the Harvest Festival. People say it's like a carnival, but it's different than a carnival. But I think people just come to party for a whole month. And all these things are actually in the summer. You know, Barbados is known as a winter destination, especially out of the UK market. But I would say, you know what, the low season is the new luxury. You know, this is where you kind of find all these different experiences. Not that the winter is not great, but that's where you pay higher rates, where you maybe, you know, it's harder to find a hotel room. But in the summer, you can have all these experiences which are so unique, and that, you know, kind of gives you an opportunity to visit the island and connect with the local communities.
I think that's really interesting. It's always a good time to come to Barbados, right? You're moving it into becoming an all year round kind of destination, and surfacing up kind of all of those experiences that you can kind of, you know, really enjoy when you're there. UK, you mentioned as a market. Obviously, we're here in London. Tell us about kind of how the UK is as a market, and maybe a few other kind of interesting kind of changes and behaviours, you know, from a tourism and consumer point of view that's going on around the world right now.
I mean, UK has been and still is one of our top priority markets. We have the US and Canada as other ones. We're also looking to grow Europe more. We have an office in Brussels in Europe. But then also we have new emerging markets, you know, from the Middle East to Latin America to Africa. And I think these markets will be important to really grow the low season and offer this different experience. But I think the UK market is important, and what we're learning, not just in the UK and Europe, but all around, sustainability is something that people are looking for. And when we look at sustainability, it's such a broad word that, as you know, I think in the end people are not looking really to sleep necessarily on a mattress and do volunteerism, but they want to know that when they travel, they actually do good, and that there is purpose behind it. And I think that's what we're looking to do, that you can connect with the communities, that the money that you're spending actually goes into the community, stays on the island, and that, you know, on one hand, you know, you're giving back, but also you still have a great experience. And what's interesting, you probably heard about this new global sustainability documentary, Sustainability Where Next? And Barbados was one of only 10 destinations that were focused. And we chose to really showcase these experiences. of small responsible travel businesses, and there are quite a few that people don't know about. And you can go swimming with or even surfing with the turtles. I think that's
Wow.
kind of cool. But you can go to have a rainforest experience in a place like Coco Hill, a forest. You have farm-to-table restaurants. You have these rum shops. So all of that together is we're looking to curate it and create a collection, what we call Bajan experiences, to really make sure that the travelers can find these experiences, but they're also we build the capacity, that offer these small businesses really the tools to promote themselves and to offer the right services.
And obviously in Egypt right now we've got COP27 running. Give me a kind of perspective from Barbados' point of view on what you're looking for as an ideal outcome from COP27 and what you're, it's a two-way street, right? It's what you're bringing, what you're doing as an island. You've mentioned a few things already. I know you're doing other things as well. So what are you looking for from COP and what are you doing as an island to support COP?
I think we're very fortunate that we have a Prime Minister, the Honorable Mia Mottley, who on the world stage has a very strong narrative about the importance of climate change, especially for small developing states, island states. And I think, the threat for small islands like Barbados is a lot higher than for other countries. But I mean, we know all the impacts of climate change, from rising temperatures to food shortage to, we can list them all up. And I think so we need to do our part to really make sure that we educate travelers to be more responsible when it comes to single-use plastic, food waste, and all these different things. We're looking to build them into our framework. What kind of businesses we want to promote, what kind of business we want to, experiences we want to showcase, but then also how travelers should react and experience the island in a different way. So I think we're looking to kind of create some very unique platforms around it, all around digital and data, and create incentive programs around it, to really incentivize the businesses that provide these responsible travel experiences, but also the travelers on the other hand, and then integrate the residents because they're an important stakeholder as well to make sure that people feel welcome. And I think that's one thing that we always hear from people. When I come to Barbados, I just feel at home. It's a home away from home, and the people make it really. And so I think bringing all these pieces together, I think Barbados is so well positioned to really become one of these destinations that you have to have on your bucket list, if you want to say. I hate the word bucket list, but I think in the end, you have to experience that and make Barbados a place where you just become a better person and make the world a better place and use tourism as a force for good.
I'd love to leave it there because that's an incredible ending. We might do something with the edits, but I want to ask you one more question if that's all right. You yourself are a bit of a pioneer and visionary when it comes to the use of digital technology and marketing, and you mentioned just then digital and data. What's Barbados doing, across the kind of the four of different kind of digital channels? How are you embracing that? How are you realizing that kind of enormous opportunity to kind of take Barbados to the global connected world?
Well, first of all, Justin, thank you very much for the kind words. I'm not sure if I can live up to that, but I think we do want to do some very interesting things that maybe no one else really has done before. So on one hand, having a platform where we promote all these experiences, it's good to be from small businesses, but also individuals. And then really have the physical experiences, but also virtual experiences. So you can sit at home in London and you maybe have an online cooking class, how to do a rum punch, or a surfing lesson. Or and with that, we get the data. So then the person that you have that cooking lesson with, he might send you a personal message and say, hey, Justin, why don't you come down to Barbados? I'll take you to the market, and you come there. And then on that front, we connect the businesses right to the consumers. On the consumer side, the consumers, what do they want? They want to have that special feeling. They want to have these offers. So in the end, instead of doing top-down marketing, we're doing bottom-up to really build a platform to connect buyers and sellers. And that's all data-driven. With then, we can turn anybody into an affiliate. So you can bring your friends in and you can gain points. These points get you more benefit, more access, better offers when you're on the island. And maybe you can even get points when you're back in London to do stuff like, single-use plastic pollution, maybe wellness. to be fitter. We can maybe tie it into your Apple Watch, and when you walk 10,000 steps, we give you points. And where do you want to go to turn on these points? You come back to Barbados. So it's all data-driven, digital-driven, but it's an enabler. We want to make sure that it's seamless, but it creates benefits for all our stakeholders, from the residents, from the businesses, and the travelers, all together as a stakeholder ecosystem.
Absolutely love the idea that you're taking Barbados to the people as well. I think that's fantastic. Really smart as ever. Of course, I wouldn't have expected anything less. Thanks for giving us time today, Jens. It's been great chatting to you.
Thank you, Justin.